home is because he loved her. And I said, liar. I said, liar. You came back home because Taylor told you to. You came back home because Taylor told you to. I said, even Brooke said that. She told Ridge on today's episode how Deacon made it very clear that the reason why he was going back to Sheila was because of Taylor, because of what Taylor said. I said, See, exactly. But I said, now with Beth told my son she don't want Sheila at the wedding because she make her. Let me find it. What did she say? Did she say she make her feel weird? Yeah, she said she make her feel weird. I said, now when you don't been around this good. Now maybe I missed it, but I don't know. I said, now when you don't been around her. I mean, I wouldn't want to be around her either. She run around murdering people, and but they try to normalize this type of stuff. Hold on, y'all. I said, now I don't fault her because I definitely wouldn't want to be around her neither. But yeah, on today's new episode, we just gonna go over everything that I wrote down. So they started out with Brooke and Ridge, and Ridge was trying to talk to Brooke, and she was distracted. He wanted to know what was going on, so that's when she ends up revealing that she was talking to Deacon, and he revealed that he going back home to Sheila. And they was talking about that. Ridge was basically disappointed or whatever. He didn't understand. Brooke don't understand. Brooke ends up telling Ridge that Taylor suggested that he can give Sheila another chance, and that's the reason why he decided to go back home. And that's all they talk about. Then they started talking about them kissing and all this other extra stuff. But nothing happened with them talking about the same thing. I mean, they want to talk about the same thing, but it's just the same thing a different day. But yeah, next, let's see. Sheila ends up telling Deacon that she's happy that he came home, and she was talking about that. Remy ends up promising that he's not that guy anymore, and he just wants Electra to forgive him because if she could forgive him, then he knows that Deke will give him another chance and be able to forgive him as well. But she wasn't with it. She wasn't with it. What else? Liam ends up telling Bill that Beth is going to marry them. They was talking about that, talking about the wedding and everything. Let's see. I already said Brooke tells Ridge that Deacon went back to Sheila. Electra said that she'll never be able to forgive Remy for what he did. He pretended to be her friend. He isolated her from everybody and everything. Brooke tells Ridge, I already said that part. Let's see. Sheila tells Deacon that she went to thank Taylor, and he wanted to know, how she reacted. Was she okay with that? And she was like, yeah, she's just so excited, and she can't tell that something's different. She can't tell that something's different, but when she do, everybody better look out. I said, okay, now, if y'all don't want her to run around and do the same stuff she used to do, y'all might want to stop. It'll be different. Now, I do agree she should never listen to Luna. Not listen to Luna. She should never try to help Luna or whatever. It's her own fault and everything. But I said she ain't did nothing yet. Now she about to. I feel like she about to do something. But I said she ain't did nothing yet. But I said Sheila messed it up for herself. Now he over here not fantasizing. Might as well be thinking about Taylor and all this other stuff. But yeah, cause Sheila was talking about the amazing woman that Taylor is and all this other stuff. And when they hug, that's when they show his face. They show his face like he agreed, but he can't say that he agreed because she gonna get very suspicious. But hold on. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Electra said that she won't be a victim anymore in regards to him or anybody else. She seemed like she's still gonna have problems with Will as well. People are saying they think that Electra and Deke gonna end up being together. And I said, I mean, you know how they tell it, because at first they had Remy wanting Electra. Now they're trying to switch it up like, okay, he didn't really want her. He just wanted her as a friend and stuff like that. So anything can happen at this point. So anything really can happen. What else? Let's see. Deacon was lying, said that he came back home to Sheila because he loved her. Sheila want to go to hoping, because they were talking about, I think, having a date or, just showing that they together, stronger than ever. And she was like, what better way than, hoping Leo's wedding? They don't want you there, girl. You should know that. You should have known that. Even before the Luna situation. Well, I take that back because didn't Hope show up to Deacon and Sheila wedding? If I'm not mistaken, didn't she show up? I don't know. But yeah, she want to go to their wedding. He started trying to tell her without telling her. I think it's just the immediate family. Well, I'm your wife, so, that suits me. We could go with Deke and everything. Deke and his boyfriend. I was like, Sheila, he don't want you there. He barely want to come back. He barely want to come. Hold on. He barely want to come home to you or whatever. Everybody was just telling her that how proud they are of her because she stood up to Remy and she didn't forgive him. Remy begging Deke for another chance and for a chance to explain things. Beth ends up revealing that she don't want one person at the wedding. She don't want Sheila there because she makes her feel weird. Will tells Electra to never doubt his love for her, and that's when they was hugging and they end up, showing her face, and it seemed like what Ivy said is getting to her. because she had already said, you know, they moving forward, they looking to the future and stuff like that. That's what she told him on today's episode. But you could tell. You could tell something about to happen. Now, I don't know if she's going to actually be with Deke or somebody else or what, but yeah, y'all, here you go. But that's it, y'all. What happened to the other guy? What was his name? RJ. Where'd RJ go? They just be bringing people on, then they just be disappearing like it ain't nothing. But that's it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.